I believe this statement to be fundamentally true. Quitting porn is one of the highest forms and acts of self love that a man can have for himself. You'll never be who you were born to be. You will never reach your full potential. You will constantly live in a state of mediocrity, sadness, and depression if you're a slave to this behavior. If you can't deny yourself, if you can't transcend this addiction, you'll always be less than God has called you to be. In the counter to that statement, if you've recognized and admitted to yourself that you are addicted to porn and you are not doing anything about it, it is a direct and intentional act of self hatred. And this, my friend, brother, is sitting at the root of your sadness, of your anger, and your depression. Because once you've looked yourself in the eyes and said, Frank, I'm a porn addict, and you don't take the necessary steps, you don't build the skills that are needed, you don't overcome the limiting beliefs, you don't get in the proper community, you don't build the necessary accountability. Once you've had that conversation with yourself and you don't take those steps, every time you look yourself back in the mirror, you're reminded of a man that is not doing for himself what needs to be done. Think about if there was a person in your life. Maybe this was your parents. Maybe this was your friends growing up. Maybe this is your current relationship. And they don't do things to help you. The people in your life that you surround yourself with should want the best for you. If they say certain things, hey, I'll take care of this. Hey, I'm there for you. You can count on me. And then when you call on them, they're not there. Are you going to keep that person around very long? Or are you going to build resentment towards them? Well, if you know there's things that you should be doing for yourself and you're not taking action, aren't you going to build and develop resentment for yourself? If you want to succeed, if you want to truly become the man that can live a porn free life, you have to understand what is self love and redefine it for yourself. You know, a lot of people out here online right now will tell you self love is about accepting yourself for who you are. A lot of people say it's okay. You were just born that way. You don't have to chase greatness. You don't have to do the hard work to develop yourself in the necessary areas of your life. You don't need to go to the gym. You don't need to follow a healthy meal plan. You don't need to read books, attend seminars, work on your self development. That is a message that is being spread across social media. And it angers me because so many of you are buying into it. Self love is not about accepting yourself for who you are today. Self love is about doing the things today that are going to make you better tomorrow. And then waking up and doing the things tomorrow that are going to make you better the next day. And continuing that process and cycle till the day that you leave this earth. Ed Milet is one of the greatest inspirational, motivational speakers in the world today. Many call him the next Tony Robbins. He is a protege of Tony Robbins. Net worth well over $700 million. I don't know. It's up there. Millions of followers across social media. Top ranked podcast. Coach to world leaders, to professional athletes. Tom Brady's mindset and discipline coach. He's got this fascinating way that he talks about heaven. He's a Christian. He's a believer in God. He's a follower of Christ. And for him, the way that he's framed this, and it gives him a way to operate in life every single day to reach his highest potential. Heaven is the day that you leave this earth. You meet God at the pearly gates. And he says, hey, Frank. Hey, Tom. Hey, Bill. I want to introduce you to somebody. I want to introduce you to the man that I created you to be. Had you lived up to your potential, had you done everything you were capable of doing, had you developed all the necessary skill sets, had you created all the meaningful relationships, had you taken all the opportunities, all the risk that I put in front of you, I want you to meet this guy. Heaven, in Ed's eyes, is looking that guy in the eyes and being an identical twin. Hell, on the counterpoint, be God saying, I want you to meet somebody here today. This is who you could have been if you didn't let fear hold you back, if you didn't buy into the lies of your limiting beliefs, if you didn't chase pleasure over progress, if you built the necessary skills and disciplines that were needed to become who you could be. This is who you could be. Hell would be not recognizing that guy at all, having no similarities in common. So, right now, for you, are you destined for heaven or are you destined for hell? And if God is love and we're meant to show up and love ourselves every single day, don't we need to be chasing the man that he created us to be? Don't we need to be getting in the gym, building our bodies, building our minds, building our emotional fortitude? Don't we need to be developing new skills? Don't we need to be serving in our community? Don't we need to be creating meaningful relationships? Don't we need to stop objectifying women on a screen for short term instant gratification and pleasure? I believe that answer is yes. Those of you out there that are watching or listening this that are parents, many of you will say, I love my children more than anything in the world. You just don't allow your children to do everything they want to do. You build structure and frameworks and put barriers up in their life to keep them moving in the right direction, because you know that if they don't do these certain things, they will never reach the potential that God created them for. So if we love others through the lens of making sure that there's discipline integrated into their life, shouldn't we love ourselves with that same framework? Self-love is not about accepting yourself for who you are. Self-love is about becoming the man that you're capable of becoming. And it starts with removing pornography. And if we don't know who God called us to be, if we don't know the identity that was given to us, and we don't know where that takes us into the future, I want to help you get clear on that today. I've created a 5-step training called How to Create a Vision of Your Life Without Pornography, because right now, so many of you, it is pornography, it is this addiction, it is the repeated use of this compulsive behavior that is keeping you shackled to mediocrity. So you got to get clear on this vision first. Who can you become if you remove pornography completely out of your life? So we put together a 5-step training that is absolutely free. If you visit rebuildrecovery.com/vision or click the link down there in the show notes, you put your email address in and we're going to immediately send you to the training to walk you through everything you need to do to get clear on who you can become without this behavior in your life. Because without that vision, without that clarity of aim, chances of you falling short massively increase. And you're just white knuckling it. You're just taking it day by day. Get clear on yourself. Get clear on who you can become, and begin to operate out of a framework of loving yourself by the disciplines, the habits, and the structures that you integrate into your life. Guys, if you're getting value out of these episodes, if you're watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button right there, guys. We're dropping 3 episodes a week and tons of additional content every single day. If you're listening on the audio, guys, over there on Apple, over there on Spotify, take a moment, leave us a 5-star rating. Give me some comments back, guys. Give me some questions. 23 episodes in, this podcast has done more than I ever thought and imagined it would done. So I'm so grateful for every single one of you guys out there. And if you have somebody in your life that is struggling and you know that they are, do us a favor and do them the blessing by sharing today's episode with them. But Coach Frank Rich here, founder of Rebuilt Recovery, host of the Rebuilt Man podcast. We love you guys, and we'll see you in the next one.